The man found guilty of killing a University of Johannesburg student will be sentenced in the High Court in Johannesburg this morning. Dumisani Mkhwanazi was found guilty of the 2013 murder of Palesa Madiba last December. Her skeletal remains were found buried in the back of a killer's house, the backyard rather, of a killer's house 3 years after her disappearance. Now, my colleague eNCA reporter Masiho Ratlaka, she's also a fellow anchor here on eNCA. She's in court now ahead of that sentencing. I guess, Masiho, I mean, it's been a long road for the family, for Palesa Madiba's family, to where we are today, and everybody will be watching and listening carefully to the sentencing today.
That's correct, Braden. I mean, this has been a long time coming. Palesa Madiba went missing in August 2013, so this is about 8 years later that finally the family gets to see justice served. Of course, Braden, you'd remember that she had been visiting her friend Palesa Mkhwanazi, who is the killer, Dumisani Mkhwanazi's niece. He was visiting her for the long weekend of Women's Day on the 9th of August in 2013. Mkhwanazi then woke up in the morning on a Tuesday and told Palesa that she needed to go to work. However, Palesa had classes at UJ Soweto campus at around 11 that morning, and therefore her friend, because they're used to each other, they're used to each other's families, they always visit each other, her friend Matsidiso then suggested that she leave her with the keys so that she's not late for work, and once she's ready to go to school, she can give the keys to her uncle, which we now know is Dumisani Mkhwanazi, and therefore, you know, he was the last person to have seen her alive. Of course, 3 years later, in December of 2013, police receiving that call from an anonymous person who is a neighbor to the Mkhwanazi family, letting the police know that he or she had seen a human hand protruding from the ground in the backyard of Dumisani Mkhwanazi's home. And that was when the police actually, sorry, Braden, went to that yard, and they found Palesa Madiba's remains, of course, confirming a few days later that it was indeed Palesa Madiba's remains. Braden, if you could just give me a few moments. I do have Palesa Madiba's mother here with us. This will be the first time that she speaks actually since her daughter's passing. So I think maybe if we just give her that opportunity, Mama. This is the first time you're speaking to the media. You always have just been too emotional to speak to us. How are you feeling today? Are you speaking to us because finally today you'll get the answers that you deserve?
Yes, today I will get the answers that I deserve. I am happy that justice is finally taking its course today. I'm expecting,
Very painful, Mama. Mama. The 7-8 years until le emetse ho thola justice ho utlwa hore ho etsang ka Palesa hantse le tla court ntse e shiftiwa hangata ngata case e nka sebaka so e kgontseng mo pelong.
Oh, intimaditse ga go le mo pelong ne setse ke give up ile gore go fedile a ke inteze qhubeka but ngabona umthetho ukuthi umthetho wase-South Africa usasekhona uyasebenzela. Ngiyabonga ukuthi today lize lafika lelanga bengilindile ukuthi i-judgment for Palesa izokwenzeka.
Ngiyakhumbula ngalelanga bazothola umzimba kaPalesa ubukhona ukhala kakhulu. Mawucabanga ukuthi le ndawo bekahlala avakashela kuyo avakashela uThidi and then ucabanga ukuthi into eyenzakele kumntanakho uzwa umuntu athi uDumisani uthe umpitshizile ngalelo langa. Mombona uDumisani court yini eza emqondweni wakho?
Hayi, manje ngibona uDumisani court and ngiyambona ukuthi lo muntu akazisoli and ayikho into ebonakalayo ukuthi lo muntu lento ayenzile ukuthi i-wrong. Ngiyambona ukuthi yena impilo yakhe iqhubekile akunakukho okwenzekile kuye. Impilo yami ibabuhlungu manje ngibheka ukuthi hayi mina wami umntwana since kwaphela nje ngaye but
uThidi yena umngani wakhe uzwa manje ukuthi you know bake banikhiphela ne-protection order lo mndeni lo ke wanikhiphela ne-protection order nifunana neimpendulo zokuthi Palesa ukuphi. Mombona yena uThidi as umngani a testifier also for the state ukuthi umalumakhe obulala umngani wakhe.
angikholwa mina uTsidi wena ukuthi bekuyi-friend, a really friend yakaPalesa. All this time bekungasiyi-friend, bekuyi-enemy yakhe in disguise, but umile nefamily yakhe. Angikhumbula even a day yafika since that ngo-2013 aze kimi njenge-friend yakaPalesa athi mama lokho kwenzekile kubuhlungu nakimi, hayi ayikho ilanga like wafika uTsidi ngimazi nje from far away nefamily yakhe amenayo nje kuko konke kwenzekile. Yeah.
Ngiyabonga masizokhuluma futhi later. But then just to translate in very short, that was Palesa Madiba's mother basically saying that she's been waiting for this day to finally arrive. It's the first time she's really speaking to the media. It's always been the family spokespersons that have been speaking to us. So she's saying that every time she sees Dumisani Mkhwanazi in court, she sees a man who doesn't show any remorse, whose life went on, and who doesn't care about what he did to the people who loved Palesa. She also says that Palesa's friend, Palesa Mkhwanazi, the niece to the now found guilty killer, was never really Palesa's friend, who never really stood with Palesa, but instead chose to stand with her family instead of coming forward with the truth.
Yeah, and sadly, I mean, noting, of course, that this is the first time since this whole tragedy befell the Madiba family that the mother of Palesa is speaking to the media. But she's expressing a little bit of sadness that from what she can see as she's been in court and Dumisani Mkhwanazi in the dock, he's not showing any remorse.
That's correct, Bradan. I mean, I think for Palesa Madiba's mother, this whole time she hasn't really spoken out because of the fact that she wasn't sure exactly how far this case would really go, if justice would really be served. There was touch and go amongst the family, as you know, Palesa Madiba going missing between August 2013 and December 2016, with the family just wondering if justice will ever be served. Eventually, her remains were found, and I think then it was the emotional trauma for her mother to be able to speak at all about what happened to her daughter. So she still kept quiet. And now finally, because in December, the man who was then accused of killing her child being found guilty, and today the sentencing proceedings expected to start, I think now she found some strength to be able to speak about what she's been going through in the past few years.
Yeah, but the pain is still very much present and very much visible. Thank you very much, Masego Ratlaga, inside court there, just after speaking there.